It's World Ember! It's not. Summer camp! Woo! I only had World Ember merch, but I made sure to wear it for day 1 / day 2 / what day is it? Oh god. What time? It is a very good shirt. The World Ember ones are very nice. I'm pretty sure I won that one from the World Ember raffles at some point. Yes, yeah, I got that from the World Ember raffle and I was like, yes! So I didn't even have it in 2019, but I have it now. And that means it is my summer camp shirt. Okay, everybody. Summer camp! The stream was at 5 in the morning. Well, it was actually 4 in the morning. And I stayed up for the whole stream, so it ended at 5 in the morning. And then I went immediately to sleep. So I have not started on any of my prompts because I wanted to save it for stream. I wanted to save prompt number 1 for when the stream started and we could all work on it together and have a chat, which is going to be fun. Have you heard of my epic credit yet? I think I saw the notification in my thing, but I forgot to click it, and then I cleared my notifications by accident. I remember it being something about cats. I remember cats being involved somewhere. So I have vaguely, very, very vaguely heard. If that counts as hearing. Nice. I'm glad it was great. Because everyone, it seemed like everybody, basically, as soon as the page went live at 4 in the morning, just immediately started writing, and I was like, I don't even have any ideas for any of these. What? So everyone went wild. So I have a tracker up because Han made a beautiful Google Sheets tracker to help me keep track of all the stuff. Well, to help everyone keep track of all the stuff, but this is about me. And as you can see, maybe you can't because of the quality and the size. None of them have ideas. They're all like, fish, bird. All of them are a little bit. I didn't even come up with any idea for this one, for the cut document one. I was like, listen, I don't know. And then I commented on each one with like more ideas, even though this one literally just says myth about second prompt ? And then the second prompt I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is bears, weed. I knew I had vague ideas for this one, for the celestial body. I was gonna do something about some stars, but I'd want to have art for it is the thing. So I might not do that first, because I want to have the art of the actual constellation, and that's gonna mean booting up Photoshop, pulling out my tablet, trying to do something. So that's not first. And then this one, I had an idea, but it's not in the world building spot, like in the right region, and I was like, oh damn. I don't even remember what this one was. Religion? This one was something about a church. I was like, okay. I maybe have ideas sometimes. So the challenge overall is going to be quite a task to deal with, because I have to pick a prompt to start with and actually have something that I know I want to write and that I have ideas for, ideally. But that's easier said than done. It is easier said than done. She's like, oh yeah. Ideas. They just appear. That means I need to have one. I need to have an idea. It was basically just anything but the constellation, because it's the only one I have an idea for. And then at some point earlier today in the Discord, I mentioned that my vague plan was to leave all the early, not the early ones, the easy articles for when I'm not streaming, because the idea was that if I'm streaming, I can have people to talk to directly and like play off and get the feedback to like get the ideas and the words and stuff. So only doing hard ones on stream, which is great. Good idea. Makes complete sense. Requires me to pick one, which is the hard part. Because I could pick like the artifact one, but I have literally no idea for it. So that's not super helpful, unfortunately. So at this point I was planning to just roll the dice and see what happened. Oh, where's my dice? I have dice. What dice is this? Oh, it is the D10. Excellent. I have a D10. Ah! Where'd it go? Oh no. I found the D10. I say found, it was literally next to my desk. That's where it stays. It stays right there. That's a 10, apparently. I don't have an idea for that. No. No. We're not doing 10. 8. I rolled an 8. Which means that in the order that I've grabbed from the summer camp page, prompt 8 is the rank and title that represents law and order, which will be an interesting one to start with, but I think I can work with it. Because at the moment, my idea for what to write for that is to basically tie in a whole bunch of prompts together into just like one thing. So the rank and title for representing order is a religious title, a religious position, because there's an entire god dedicated to balance. That's order stuff. That's literally what that is. So it was going to be a religious figure in the churches that are specifically dedicated to that particular god, and then that was going to tie into the religious leader, and then that was possibly going to tie into the building loosely ties into the building. It was possibly also going to tie into the myth, depending on whether the artifact is relating to that specific church. I'm unclear. Oh, hey Thicket! Hello! And whoa! Follows, whoa! They didn't go off, did they? Oh no. Did I not put... No, I got the alert box on. Yep. Oh, there it goes. I saw it on my phone before it came up on stream. Thank you for the follows, Laura and Nasal. A nasal, hey. I'll say a nasal, because a nasal sounds like nasal. It sounds like noses. Oh gosh. I figured out what's happened. You posted it in the chat, didn't you, second? Everyone's appeared. Hello, everybody. Yeah, a whole spreadsheet. I didn't make the spreadsheet, to be fair. Hanhula made the spreadsheet, and then I just copied it, and then filled it out this morning. And it looks very organized, because it's got, all these prompt bits here, and then you look over here, and this is like the actual part that matters, and then it's just, huh, I don't know, bro. Fish, bird, oh god, So everything is super organized. Until you get to the part that I actually have to do myself. But it helps me to figure stuff out, because I've got the comments that are me just rambling, going, what am I doing? Here are ideas. These work. These will do. Only one of them has an actual title, because I was like, oh, that works. But that's not the article I'm doing today. I'm not actually going to do the one that I have a title for. Because I rolled a dice just before you all arrived, I believe. I rolled a lovely D10. Whee! Rolled a lovely D10 and got an 8. And the 8th prompt is a rank or title that represents order. Yeah, fish, bird. Yeah. I went, fish, bird? And then the answer was bear? The answer at the end was bear. That I came up with like a couple of hours ago. I was like, bear? It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's a bear. It's a fish. It's a bird. So we're doing title, which will be fun because I don't use the title template basically ever. So I barely know what's in it. If I had to check, if I had to guess, the only time I've used a title is I've never used a title in this world. Oh no. Oops. At least it should. Yeah, okay. I had to make sure. Because I was doing some testing before and I was like, oh no, am I in the right world? I am. I've literally never used the title template in this world, so that's gonna be fun. No, I need the proper one. I need this one. Title. Title. Woo! So the idea for the title at the minute was that it was going to be a religious position. Oh, good morning. Hello, Bob. Oh, World Anvil's here too. Hi. Hello. That was the weirdest wave ever. Hello, everybody. Oh, thank you for the follow. I'm guessing yeah, okay, there we go. Alright. All the peoples have arrived. I'm stressed. I'm scared. Oh, thank you for the follow, Friendly Necromancer. Okay, so we're gonna write about a religious title. So I didn't have a title for it yet. We'll get emotes soon. The only bit that's left is 50 followers, pretty much, because I'm gonna hit the 7 hours today or whatever, and then average viewers is fine. It's just the 50. It's only the 50. Not that I'm stressed. Yeah, I love the little zombie. I know what game it's from too. It's great. Well, the game's fine, but like I recognize the zombie. Cute. So, religious title. Head of the church devoted to the divinity of balance. I'm just making quick notes so that I can then refer to them later. Because then I'll be able to actually build it out. So it's a religious title. It's probably either the head of the church or a senior position. Warm them up. I'm next for my first subject. You stressed? We're all stressed. We're all stressed out. I haven't got enough sleep in a week, man. I'm stressed. And writing is hard, and this is a hard prompt to do because I didn't have ideas for it in advance. So it's all stressful. Hey, when does your stream start, Bob? I don't remember, because when I checked the calendar last, there's like a 3-hour gap after I finish, I think, was how that works. When I last checked the calendar that Shyred and Carillion had set up. Because I'm apparently the first person to start streaming in Chicago time, and I was like, really? Sure. Sure I am. Okay. So, head of the church voted for the balance, or senior role, whatever. As soon as you end. So in 2 hours. Excellent. Then I'll have to make sure to raid you, which means I'll have to figure out how to do that. Which is the issue. I don't know how to do most of these things. So, or senior position. Wait, there's the schedule. There was a Carillion and Shyred made a Google Calendar with a bunch of people in it. Hold on, I'll go, because I have Carillion's up. Some of the streamers were organized. Some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. Oh god. Oh, I have people, oh wow. Oh man. Oh shit. There's a schedule. So Laura goes, then I go, then Bob goes, then Hefe goes. Then there is a little gap, and then Shyred goes, and then Zog Mad Dog goes. And then a gap, and then WD Michael goes. Wow. There is a lot. There's a lot. People have added streams. People have been added. Oh, it loops. Oh. Whoa. God damn. That is a 6-hour stream. Those are different days. Well, okay, yes. No. Laura did stream earlier. Like earlier today. It's just that it was only scheduled for Wednesday, but she did stream just before I did. So we were all in there. It counts. It counts. I promise I'm not just being silly. I think it's pretty much a 24-hour streaming of summer camp. I mean, yeah, there's a couple of small gaps, but there are people who have been streaming who aren't on the schedule. So we're all filling out the ranks together. I love this bit directly after the stream that announced the prompts. It's just like, whoa. Just a whole bunch of boxes. Let's try and get in on that and help me do the prompts. Exactly! That's my reasoning. Well, that and my computer can actually function. Yeah, that long one is a 6-hour stream wrapping across days. Yeah, that's impressive. 6 hours is impressive. 2 hours is already a lot. 6 hours is a lot. So I respect that deeply, even if it's, I think, at a time when I'm mostly asleep. So I don't think I actually get to check in for that one. But oh well. So, titles. Order. Law and order. Well, not necessarily law, just order. So religious title, head of the church, or a senior position. I guess the question is what specifically they do to uphold order other than just being devoted to balance as their deity. It kind of speaks for itself. Pretty much the entire church is like, we are devoted to order. And it's like, I bet you are. I bet you are. Let's ignore the war happening over there that your country was doing. Don't worry about it. It didn't happen. It wasn't a 40-year-long ordeal. It didn't happen. You weren't a part of it. So I guess the question was who, what, when, where, why, how. That was TJ's little memory, or like things that need to be answered in, well, don't have to be, but they help you figure out how to fill in the rest, because I don't have a lot at the moment. I don't even have a name. I'll have to figure it out, and I'm not going to conline it, because I'm not doing that. I do that a lot. I'm not doing it now. So it is a role. It's a senior position. It might be not just like administrative. It might actually involve like community outreach and like actively going into the community to restore order, whatever that entails. So it could end up being almost a judicial position, like a judge or a cop, I guess, like an ideal of police where they actually fix stuff. So that could work. So, you know, like going into the community to restore order, which usually means like helping people. So like that can include stuff like, you know, feeding the poor and like ensuring that they have places to stay, because that feels like order to me. Order is everyone is happy and healthy. So I feel like that's something that they would be putting a lot of effort into, and just making sure that everything is at peace. Everyone is, you know, satisfied, basically. And then the when is whenever, and the where. So the where is kind of complicated, I think, because let me open up an article that isn't actually public so that I can check my map. I can check my map. Then I have to pull up the countries, but there are a lot of them. So I can pull up my map. Country borders. There we go. Okay. So the section that's my active world building space, as defined in the third homework challenge, I believe, or the third homework prep thing, was basically everything around this particular lake. Like, it was going to focus on these 6 countries. Yes, it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's part of that one. It's another. Whoosh. It's bad polygonal borders. But so it's mostly focusing on these 6 countries. But as far as the Church of Balance goes, because like with the way the religion works in the setting, it is pretty much global, except for small pockets where people are just being kind of weird and deciding to just not worship the gods who very clearly exist and will act and do things. So balance is kind like the divinity of balance definitely exists and is definitely present over this entire thing. But the church in specific may not. So I think the church is probably mostly focused in this sort of central area, aka the spot where I've actually put a bunch of polygons for countries, because these countries have names and these ones do not. The ones that don't have polygons are not named. There are a lot of them. It's a lot. So it's probably going to be a central Thrasin thing, as opposed to anywhere else. So central Thrasin. Why? Religious duty. And how? Sort of established. So I guess that is basically that. And then it's a matter of, because I don't use the rank title template a lot. Oh wow. Oh man. Ooh. Religious beatified? Beatified, clerical, military, special, and political. I like special as a catch-all, but that's probably not super helpful. I don't think it's beatified that I want. What does beatified mean? That doesn't mean anything. Okay, alright, like a big religion. Okay, not big religion. Not quite beatified. Not quite. I guess I would say, yeah, beatified, considered a saint. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's not a saintly position. You're just kind of doing community outreach. Like that's not quite saint behavior yet. You're gonna do some big stuff. So I guess I'd probably just say clerical for the minute. I don't have names. I don't have any titles to report to. Related location. I guess I'd just pick like Strelish as a location for the minute. Organization, I don't have anything about the church yet, so I can't do that. Comparative weight, that doesn't matter. Equates to qualifications, requirements, appointment, duties, responsibilities, source of authority, length of term, good lord, benefits, accoutrements and equipment, removal or dismissal, okay. And then historical details, status, creation, history, cultural significance, notable holders, people. There will be someone who can fall under current holders later, but I haven't made them yet, because that's the religious leader prompt, which I haven't gone into detail yet. I'm just going to give this a quick title of priest, so I can save the article before I go and figure out a proper name for it, because that's effort. Figuring out names is the hard part. Yeah. For the Catholics out there, yeah, I know, it's almost a saint. Yeah. Yeah, I did think so, because I knew that canonized was like the saint thing. Isn't like beatification like the step before canonization? I don't remember. I've seen like one video about it. I don't know. It's saintly. Saint-like. Almost. It didn't help that the immediate Google answer was beatified. The act of being beatified. I'm like, that means nothing. That doesn't mean anything. It's a circular definition. It's frustrating to try and actually figure out stuff when it's so circular. Anyway, quotes. I can't really make the quote until I actually know what people do. And also what they're called. Which is the issue. I just know that in Crusader Kings 2, a character gets beatified first, and then they can become a saint. Yeah, I did think that was the order of things. Which makes sense. I guess it's basically like, because this is rank and title, so I guess like it's like a title thing, like how saints are Saint X. You can have an equivalent title for someone who's been beatified but not canonized, possibly, or they're just using it as a catch-all for saint. Because you can't get super specific. You can if you do it manually, but as a drop down, they kind of have to be a little bit loose and flexible with it. Works for me. This isn't a beatified or canonization thing. Yeah, beatified is step 2 and requires one miracle. Yeah, there's a miracle involved. There's something about before they had to be incorruptible, which was fun. Now they don't focus on the incorruptibility quite as much. Quite as much. It helps, but they don't have to just be a fresh, like a perfectly preserved body. It's great. So yeah, I've seen one video. I totally know things. So it's so hard to write about stuff when I don't actually have a name for it, which means I know what I need. Words. There was an article. There was a site somebody linked me at some point, but we'll just go thesaurus. We'll just use thesaurus. And I'm gonna look up similar words to priest, and I'm gonna figure out what word I want. Cleric, elder, father, friar, lama, monk, preacher, rector. No, not rector. Yeah, that counts as a miracle. Yeah, I did think so. It was all tied together in that. It's like if we dig you up 20 years later, and you're like you still look as fresh as the day you were buried. That's goddamn impressive. That is some good stuff. A curate, a divine, can't use divine, an ecclesiastic. Mama. An ecclesiastic. I've never heard ecclesiastic used as a noun. A padre, a pontiff, a vicar. Pontiff could actually be sort of... No, okay, it's a little bit too specific. Well, it's not necessarily specific. You can use it for non-Catholic Church stuff, but I don't know. And then vicar, clergy person, father, confessor, holy man, man of God, man of the cloth. Okay. Okay. We have men, they get worse as it goes. Oh yeah, pontifex. That's the Pope. No, it's the pontifex. Well, it's not the Pope. That's the Roman thing. I remember, I've seen YouTube videos. I occasionally know things. So we might actually just use pontiff for now, because pontiff feels high, but not too high. I might actually just quickly check what a pontiff is before I commit to that. And of course it comes... I like that. I like that it comes up with with that. Oh, it's the Pope. Just straight up is the Pope? Ah, okay, so it kind of just is the Pope. Okay. Bishop, cardinal. Yeah, bishop could be good. I think bishop might work better. Yeah, okay, I see everything work. Alright. See you, Laura. Have fun at work. As much fun as you can have. Yeah, Supreme Pontiff. The Pontifex Maximus. Okay, so Pontiff's a little bit too high. I don't think this is going to be the leader, because the leader sort of ends up filling a very symbolic role that would end up being a lot more political and dealing with like the high-end top stuff where, like, you know, you're talking to the leaders of countries, you know, you're doing like religious ceremonies, whereas this is a bit below that and they're still sort of on the ground doing more stuff. Obviously it varies between different like churches in general, in real life and in fiction, but I think we'll just use bishop. We'll use bishop for the minute. A bishop will do. I can always change it. I can always change it later if I don't like it. I can't do a quote until I know more about it. That's fair. It's not the highest rank. No, not the highest rank. I wasn't sure. Because it was definitely high up in the church, so it's just going to be a senior position. Senior position in the church. I can't spell. Position in the church. Because it's slightly different, I think. The way that I've interpreted the prompt, which I closed the page that had the prompts on them, so I checked the prompts specifically. Prompt. It was, yeah, a rank or title that represents order. Well, represents could end up being fancy, but I feel like talking about a title that actually does stuff in like the more micro is more useful for the vague world building plans that I have. Abstractly, bishops are regional leaders, and the cardinals inner circle. Yeah, because the cardinals are the ones that like represent big regions in Rome, and then it's from the cardinals that you elect the Pope. I think. I'm not religious. I know very vague things. All I know is that the only cardinal that I know was not great, so we don't talk about him. Yeah, like order can be many things. Exactly, yeah. Order can be pretty much anything. Which, the way that I've interpreted it based on the religion of the setting is that it's basically balance. It's like, and balance is pretty much usually going to end up being peace. Which can be both, like, for lack of better words, progressive and conservative. Like, it can involve being very stagnant, staying in one place, or like moving forward to make something new. So being part of this church that's devoted to balance would be a balancing act. Ha 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 ha. And it would involve a lot of like reaching out into the community and like getting a gauge of what they're into and then sort of trying to help them on a smaller level while the big dude is sort of you know, doing like the high level political negotiations to try and enact the changes that they want. Because the Pope, such as it is in this particular church, the Pope is doing I'm chatting to big diplomats and stuff, and the bishop is like, I'm talking to the local butcher, I'm talking to the locals. Yeah, usually less, but technically I could be elected Pope. Yes. Yes, technically. I know I can't. For various reasons, I cannot become the Pope, so I just haven't internalized the rules of Popehood. I'm just like, listen, I don't know. Have fun with the Pope. Okay, so a bishop is a senior position. One day, Supreme Pope. One day. Well, I can be the Supreme Pope of my fake religion in my world building. It's fine. I can be like the 7 popes at once for various different branches of religion. Yeah, there have been popes who married like people to before election. Of course, that was in Medici times. Well, I mean, in the Medici times, they should have had kids, and that was a no-no. It's like, oh yeah, you know, the whole point of being a member of the clergy was like, yes, we are celibate, we are pure and holy before the Lord, and it's like, actually no, I'm like banging my cousin, and I've had like 3 kids, and it's like, all right. You're the Pope, I guess. You can do whatever you want. Why not? That's basically how it'd be. Oh, you 7 popes. It's probably more than 7. If I had to do math, actually, it's probably 8. If I had to guess, it would be 8 popes. Possibly more because there are 2 continents and they would each have popes. But popes. I can be 7 popes. I am the almighty Pope. Bishop in senior position within the Church of Balance. We'll just leave it as Church of Balance for the minute. I'm not going to do names. Yeah, Medici's had father-son pope sets. They sure did. Goddamn. Well, it was Medici, and then there were some other families in there as well. But I can't remember any of their names. Because it's mostly, people focus on the Medicis because they're just a bunch of drama queens. Yeah, all the popes. All the popes. A bishop is a senior position within the Church of Balance. Yeah, the Pope of Popes. Poper. I like that. I got the Poperer. That sounds like almost like potpourri. I am the Popery. I am in charge here. In the senior position within the Church of Balance. Their duty in all things is to uphold divine balance. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, yeah. The Poperer, the Potpourri. I like potpourri. As long as I don't say potpourri. Yeah. As long as I don't say potpourri, it's fine. Like, I am the potpourri, and someone calls me a potpourri, and I have them excommunicated. Basically. If you call me a potpourri, you will be excommunicated from my church. From all of the churches. It's that simple. You gotta pronounce it exactly right. Potpourri. I'll accept potpourri. But that's it. That's as far as it's gonna go. Po or po can't be Pope. It can't be the potpourri. Yeah, the Church of Isaac. Yes! Religion. I've done it. Their duty in all things is to uphold divine balance and ensure order in their local communities. Potpourri. Sorry, potpourri. Even worse. I guess you double excommunicate if you say potpourri. No one's allowed to say potpourri. God. I don't know what the word potpourri reminds me of. Aside from the obvious of potpourri. Just like, potpourri, huh? Goddamn. Executed. Yep. If you say potpourri, you will be excommunicated and executed for treason against the divines. It's just blasphemy. At least, yeah, like I said, potpourri only. I am Potpourri Isaac, and I shall be your, the messenger of the gods. Their duty in all things to uphold divine balance and ensure order in their local communities. We can leave it very simple for the minute. Because then we fill out more things. So the main Oh, I'm in the wrong. No, I'm in the right one. The main thrust is that. So I can't really answer equates to because I don't know about any of the other religions. I haven't. Well, they're all the same religion. I haven't. They're all the same in the churches. It's fine. Qualifications. Yeah. Requirements. Appointment. So there is sort of that general. How did you come to be a bishop in the Church of Balance? And then there's, what do you do now that you are within the Church of Balance? And then there's, like, the after bit, but, yeah. I guess that kind of works. Because I never use the boxes. I make my own. I make my own headers. Because I'm lazy. Or not. It depends. So this is, I would say, appointment. We'll start with just appointment. Because appointment can include the qualifications and such. Because there's qualifications and, yeah, I usually make my own headers as well. Yeah. Some of my old articles on my old world, they were all using full stuff. But because I'm being fancy and using all my Grandmaster stuff, I've decided to just, I don't. But it is really good for summer camp, like especially if it's a prompt you're having difficulty with, to go through, fill out all the boxes, and then maybe afterwards you come back and you sort of combine a couple. Because that's always my bit, is that a lot of them, like, you might not have much to say about the appointment on its own, or much to say about the qualifications required, but when you combine them, it's a bit more substantial, and you don't get headeritis. But filling out the boxes and then combining them at the end is usually a pretty good method. But scroll, you can also just get that inspiration by scrolling through the templates and being like, oh, okay, this is sort of what they want. Yeah. I make my own because they're never in the order I want them in. Yeah, there's that too. I usually put history first, always. History first and then everything else. They're good for like inspiration. But yeah, that little bit more. I could technically like rig them to be fancy because I have the Grandmaster ability to make custom templates, but I just can't be bothered. I haven't learned Twig. I'm not figuring that out. I don't always like the little ones being on the sidebar, but for summer camp, might just go with it. Yeah, that's part of the thing. Is it's good to just get if there's like a time restriction, which there kind of is to try and you just put it out quicker and then later come back. But because I barely ever edit, I kind of just gotta go. Custom templates are hard. Yeah. Like, I think I get the gist, but I just don't know how to use them effectively, so I haven't bothered. Like, I have them downloaded, and I'm like, okay, here's what the default does, and I don't know what I would change. I don't use them enough to know, because I haven't used the default stuff in a while, so I don't know where things go anyway. Okay, so appointment. In order to become a bishop, one must first be a member of a congregation within the Church of Balance. After the local bishops and priests deem you to be an outstanding member of your community, you will then be brought into the priesthood. From there, upon the death or dismissal of the bishop of your church, you may be elected to the position by your fellow priests. Church, lowercase c. The church, and then there's the church. So the church. All the way down, church. Okay, so an on bishop owns this congregation, and then after the local bishops and priests, you may be born to the priesthood. You know, maybe you can. you can then be brought into the priesthood. And then from there, you may be elected to the position by your fellow priests. And confirmed by... I'm just going to put Pope. I'm going to not use the word Pope, but I'm just going to put Pope as the assumed next big step up, which is then, like, I guess, more regional. I probably will have to change all the terms. Like, I might, after the stream, have to go and, like, look at how a bunch of actual churches do their titles and figure out the equivalents. Because I have never been in a church. I don't know. I don't even know what a church looks like. I don't know anything about systems. God. I know the fun history memes, and that's it. That's as far as it goes. You may then be elected. Confirmed by Pope. So that's the appointment part. Because it was qualifications, requirements, and appointment. Oh. You will only be eligible to become bishop if you have served as a priest for, let's say, 5 years. So I guess this isn't actually that high of a rank if it goes directly from priest to bishop. It's a fairly low rank, because then it stays very local. So I guess this is basically just the head of your local church, I guess. Because your priest is the one who chats to you, and then your bishop's the one who chats to all the priests, and then there's the next step where they chat to a bunch of different churches. It makes less sense because of the terminology used. I just go to my local sacred stone and give it a few cents and do some praying. That's all the religion I need. No need for any of that organized church stuff. Yeah, just keep it simple. just make it easy on yourself. There's no need to get all deep in. Just like, I'm just going to do this, and then that's it. In the Catholic Church, another name for a pope is pontiff. He's also called the Bishop of Rome, so you can name him a bishop in the main city of the religion. Yeah, well, this isn't a pope, is the thing. This is not the equivalent of a pope. This title that I'm working on. This is not the equivalent of a pope. This is either the equivalent of... Well, it's not the equivalent of a cardinal. I think it's whatever's the step below cardinal, which I think is bishop. But it is not pope. This bishop is not a pope. This is a fairly low-key bit. It's either the step below cardinal or it's a step above priest. I don't know if those are the same position. Based on my very vague memories of, like, one YouTube video about popes. Where I'm like, yes, I understand. I think there is, like a priest, something, cardinal, pope. I'm not gonna if I do research, I'm never gonna write an article, so I'm gonna fix the terminology after. Like, that's basically, if I get the content of the article in, and then I can go back and fix the terminology to be more accurate to stuff. Because this isn't Christianity, so I probably shouldn't just directly rip all of its terms. So, I'll figure that out. You only have 5 years. Excellent. And then, so after appointment, it was going to be about duties, wasn't it? The duties and responsibilities. Yes. So I guess actually, I don't know if they should all be H1s, but I can go back and edit that later. Duties. Duties. Those are duties. The bishop is in charge of running their individual churches, organizing and employing priests and organizing and employing priests, as well as regularly talking to the bishops of other churches in the area. That is the good thing about world building. You can make it whatever you want and chop and change bits and pieces from other sources like Christianity, Catholicism, Mayan, Egyptian, anything really. Yeah, Exactly. I can mess with it as much as I want, as long as it makes enough sense. So, because to an extent, you kind of do need to sort of mesh with how most people think of it. Like, for instance, if you say, "Oh, I've got elves," and then they're actually like, if your elves are short, mountain-dwelling, like beer-swilling carpenters and what, it's like, that's not an elf. That's a dwarf called an elf. So you do have to make enough sense to, yeah, it needs to sort of conform to reality and how it happens in real life. But to an extent, you can do a little bit of fiddling. You can chop and interchange some stuff, but you can't just take like, yes, the priest, the lowest rank in the Catholic Church. The term priest is now referring to my equivalent of pope. And it's like, what? You do what now? The pope is my local preacher? What? You have to be a little bit. It needs to make enough sense. At least the way that I want to do it. I don't want to confuse people too much, where you're like, what does this mean? What does it mean when you say that your title is a bishop, but you're doing this? This doesn't make sense. Unless your whole point is curveballs, but I'm not really doing curveballs. I'm mostly just chilling. The bishop in charge of running their bishop churches, always going to appoint priests, as well as bishops of other churches in the area. This naturally involves a lot of administrative duties or work. But bishops are not entirely removed from it's not really day-to-day running, because that is just administrative work, from the community. Rather, much of their work is based on talking into members of their community, even those not within the church, and determining what changes are needed in their lives to bring balance and order. I think this is where a quote would come in to sort of illuminate sort of what some of that would mean, possibly. Much of their work is based on talking to members of the community, even though it's not within the church, determining what changes are needed in their lives to bring balance and order. They are then empowered to do. They're not really empowered. They're encouraged to do whatever possible to ensure these changes and needs are met. Well, it's just these needs are met. Within their and there's something. Within there's something. Encouraged to do whatever possible to ensure those needs are met. Within the limits of their low position within the church. The church with a capital C. Within the church. This usually manifests in the form of delivering food to the starving and providing shelter for those without. Yeah, just quickly save that. That's a lot of writing. Oof. It was like half an hour. So you're just doing the outline of the strength moment. Yeah, to an extent. Oops, this isn't a page. I can't preview from that page. Yeah, because I am going to have to go back and do some editing, mostly around the names, but I feel like the majority, like, of the bulk can be done, because it's a fairly simple title in concept. It's just, you know, the dude who runs your local church and who, you know, goes out all the time and helps the community and does, like, food drives and stuff. It's a fairly simple thing. There's not a whole lot of complexity to it, so I can basically finish most of it in 2 hours fairly quickly. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm already at 300 words, aren't I? Or I'm close to it. 287. Beans. I'm about 250 already, and that's not even including a quote. I haven't even done the quote yet. And then there's going to be a sidebar bit as well, because I like to do sidebar bits. So, duties. And then what would come after that? Appointment, duties. The next up was dismissal. And I guess possibly promotion would go there as well. Which I guess would just be sort of like the future of your position. Advancement. 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 Advance. So confirmed by Pope. Which is not Pope. We're gonna put Cardinal in there. It's not a Cardinal, but we're gonna put that as the fill-in, so that I know what I mean when I say this particular role. And then afterwards I'll go and Google a bunch of religious stuff for like 3 hours, and I'll figure it out. Advancement. Most bishops remain in their position for many years, with some known to have been bishops for nearly their entire adult lives. Some bishops, some have more ambition than that, and seek to retain the role of Cardinal. Oh, Cardinal. The amount of... Well, I'm going to stop putting them in brackets, but I'll know that it's in brackets in my heart. In brackets, the word cardinal is... In my heart, the word cardinal is in brackets. Need to obtain the role of cardinal. The amount of cardinals varies depending on region. But typically, in my heart, cardinal. In my heart, I know it to be true. But typically, new cardinals are only appointed after a pre-existing one has stepped down, been otherwise promoted, or died. Down, been promoted, or died. To become a cardinal, a bishop needs to have been in their position for a minimum of 10 years. Though a rare few have been promoted before that. They must then submit themselves to the remaining cardinals, who will vote amongst themselves as to whether they believe you are worthy. They, not you, they. They are worthy. And then I'll include the dismissal bits here as well. So, dismissal. So the sort of things you need to do to get kicked out. I'll either put the dismissal in the body or in the sidebar. And I'm torn as to whether I actually should just put it in the sidebar, because I like to put stuff in the sidebar so that it sort of fills out. I might put that in the sidebar. Because I don't think there's a whole lot else that I'll need to discuss. So it's like, you know, talk about, they get the brief 2-line saying, this is what a bishop is. This is how you become a bishop. This is what you do as bishop. This is how you can stop being a bishop. Oopsies. And then in the sidebar, put the dismissal. Like, this is how you stop becoming a bishop for realsies. This is how you make a huge mistake. This is how you just stop it. Because being dismissed is not ideal. Yeah, how to stop this, please? No more. No more bishopness. I do not want to be bishop anymore. And it's like, well, you could, step down and just become a priest again. You could, become a cardinal. Or you could just commit horrific blasphemy and be excommunicated from the church. I don't even know what blasphemy would even entail in the religion that's being described. I'm not totally sure what that would mean. Aside from, just denouncing the gods that definitely exist and deciding to worship some of the weird shit, like the fire sun thing, where they just throw a bunch of mages in a fire pit sometimes. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? It's like, it's cold. It's like, you can just light a fire normally. You don't have to throw people in it. Now, that is blasphemy of a kind. Of a kind. But that's not really what would be happening for most people in this region. Summon the fire god. It's not, strictly speaking, that specific thing is basically, they think the sun is a fire, which is fueled by people. And so they make a fire in their hometowns and they throw people in it sometimes. Casually. Real casually, like. But this is in a different part of the setting, and so it's really uncommon in Central Thrasen. They don't do it a lot. Like, if a bishop started doing the fire worship sun god shit, oh boy. That is one way to get dismissed, certainly, because you're committing an actual crime at that point. Like, at least in the north, it's like religious. You want an exemption? It's straight up a crime in Central Thrasen. Please don't do it. Things not right with that bishop. Yeah. If your bishop starts talking about the sun a lot in their sermons and keeps mentioning its glorious warmth and how you need to fuel things, you need to refer them to their cardinal immediately. Anything plot, bishop really part of a cult. Yeah, that would definitely be something where it's like, we're all chilling. The bishop's being a little bit weird, talking about the sun a lot, but I mean, the sun's very important. It keeps us all alive. By the bounty of the mother, we have the sun. And he's doing human sacrifices in the basement. Oops. Oh no. Oh dear. We've done it. So dismissal. Being fired from the position of bishop is fairly rare. Most who... Yeah, I want the fire god pushing people into the fire. Hell yeah. The fire god probably doesn't even exist. They're just being weird about the sun. It's like, okay. Fair enough. We all want things. I'll imagine we're gonna basically Burning Man it. We're gonna make a statue out of hay and we're gonna basically push the statue into you to push you into the fire. Or we're just gonna make you hug a flaming statue. That kind of rules, actually. No, I'm about to write about my home prophet. He basically did that. The world worships primordial titans due to the divine being kicked out, and the prophet started talking about a divine god. He was part of the alternative. Yeah. Hell yeah. Blasphemy. Worshipping the wrong god. Hell yeah. That's the good stuff. I'm assuming that's for the religious leader prompt. Because my plan is that I'll write about a bishop for that religious leader prompt. They're probably not in a cult. That's probably not the cult one. Probably not. Hold on. So the actual, it is, yeah, change Sasquatch. They could be in a cult, but they're probably not. Probably not that one. That bishop's just being cool. And encouraging secessionism. Which is very fun. They possibly would have been dismissed as well, depending on whether secessionism is also blasphemy. Depending on the context. Most who take the position resign due to old age or are promoted or die. Whatever. Yep. I'm doing a document about some law stuff, and then the rank will be a law speaker. Ooh, that's a good idea. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tie the document into the broad religious stuff, because I don't. I could possibly tie it if it's going to be like a holy text. I'm gonna make a note of that. I'm gonna make a note. Holy text. I'm gonna check that in my spreadsheet so that I remember that I had the idea. Oh yeah, just write about a holy text. What are you doing? Of course you do. Of course it's a common element in this world. Balance, man. The holy text. It's great. It requires me to write a holy text, but I have written tenets for a different religion before, so I can manage that. However, it is not impossible. Some are simply dismissed for inappropriate behavior, which I will not elaborate on. Appropriate behavior by their superiors, especially if their actions cause complaint amongst the priesthood and congregation. Congregation. Others have been excommunicated. Well, you can't really. I will use the word excommunicated. Excommunicate has a lot of punch to it. And excommunicate. Oh, been stripped of garments and excommunicated for worshipping false gods. Yeah, sounds serious then. Woo. This might actually come at the end, because if I put the false gods bit at the end, I can put a fiery image in it. Because I have fire images lying around. Book burning, fire destroyed. Hell yeah, boy. Yeah. Like, you've done real bad things, you're out. Yeah. You're gonna be real creepy, I feel like. Or you have to commit, like, an actual crime. I put false gods in quotes. It's false gods from the perspective of the church. How about that? The Church of Balance does not believe in the fire god. Therefore, fire god is false. But to the congregation of the fire god, its adherents, its believers, we pray to you, Almighty Sun. Where's the sun? Hold on. Wait, it's nearly midnight. There's no sun here. I am hidden from the fire god's rays by the church's wrong. Fair enough. I'm going to put that at the end so that I remember to end on the false gods, because then the image of fiery stuff is more immediately apt. So some are dismissed for inappropriate behavior. Have been let go due to committing actual crimes in the countries in which they practice, ranging from I want to say tax evasion. Ranging from tax evasion to murder. You know, real casually. If you're in jail, you can't be a bishop. It's just simple math. And then others have been stripped of garments and excommunicated for worshipping false gods, such as the sun deity, commonly worshipped in the north, but not in central Thrasan, which does mean I need to specify that this is a central Thrasan thing, that bishops are a position in central, not north, because north is where the sun god is. So that is a distinction that needs to be made, so that the people actually understand why I'm specifying that. Yeah, bishop gonna be like, taxation is theft, no step on snake. I mean, yeah. It's like, I am restoring balance and order by not paying my taxes so that I can use my money to directly return to the community. It's like, that's great. You're a legal citizen of this country. You just gotta pay taxes. The bishop's trying to cut out the middleman by just going directly for for that. I might need to put a space in there somewhere. There. I keep going to the wrong page. It's very yellow. I'm never prepared for it. Ooh, accept. Accept. I need an accept. A religious position within the Church of Balance. Balmas. I'm on the wrong page, aren't I? I am. Excellent. That's why I was confused. Oh, and I needed a cover, but I have a cover as a default. I have the Summers Camp default. Are they proselytizing in the north? That's a good question. Because I guess the thing is that, like, the sun deity isn't worshipped to the exclusion of, generally speaking. Generally, they're not worshipped to the exclusion of the core pantheon of divinities. So they don't necessarily need to proselytize in the sense of, like, spreading their particular branch of the religion as much. So, but there could definitely be a couple of bishops up there, like, they're like, oh, I have been appointed as the bishop for the church, this tiny small church in this northern town, to, be the bishop of this area, and I'm definitely doing some sun god shit. I'm definitely all in on that fire god, but, I'm low-key not supposed to, because that's against the faith of my church. I don't know. I'm getting so many story ideas, but none of them tie to the one I was supposed to be working on. I'm like, damn it. I don't know where to put. I might just put the blank there, actually. I'll cut the bit there. Because then it'll sort of cut that a bit more. Yeah, that should look better. It'll look slightly nicer, and it'll have a cover. Now I have the summer camp cover, because I don't have one about religion. I do not currently have a religion bit for pictures. And quote. Now that I've written more, I can put something in the quote. The quote was just hiding. I don't have a given name lying around. Ugh. Given names. You fools. Allow me to open the disastrous spreadsheet. Ignore all that. None of this helps me. None of these names are speaking to me. Oh god. Oh no. Oops. I need to just make a list of given names at some point for all these different languages or I'm gonna lose my mind. Let's just go for Bishop Nika, because Nika's a name that I'm using already. Oh, actually, we'll make the quote about dismissal. That'll be fun. Nika was dismissed from his position as bishop yesterday. He won't say why, but I suspect there's some blasphemy going on. Well, not that's about that, but that's not the one I want. I want he's been framed for something. He's done everything right up till now, and has been the most devoted of all of us to helping those in need. How could he have done something so wrong as to justify him being removed? Priest. Priest name, priest name, priest name. Priest name. I need a list of given names at some point. I'm never gonna have names. We're opening the compendium again. Here we go. There's gotta be a word in here that vibes. That I'm like, yes, a name. Could use a Vulcan, probably shouldn't. Got a bunch of light lying bars. The noun. Literally change the name. It's gonna be Vingen. For a light color. Could just be like Varza. We'll do Varza. East Varza of most was name is Priest Varza. I can't roll my R's, which is far. Priest Varza. Boom. Excellent. So it's relay location central Lake Strelish, but I probably should be more specific about that. Because while you can open that link and find out where it is, it needs to specify. Man, writing is hard. There's a lady. Go up here. That's where I was going to go. Go up here. So it's key phrase. What would I want to add to that? Possibly instead of doing the automatic link for location, I might just put it in manually because then I can specify it's in Central Thrasen, which doesn't have an article for it because that's effort. Like, I haven't even done the Thrasen article yet for the whole continent. I'm not gonna do the granular ones first. Associated region, Central Thrasen. Associated Church of, and we're gonna enter in the divinities here. I need to redo the divinities article real bad, but we're just gonna check in balance for the minute. I might need to make a separate article about balance at some point. All of them need separate articles. That's effort. Unless there's a prompt about gods later, I'm not gonna be able to get to do that. Associated Church. That could possibly do it. We'll see. Yeah. Little gap. Little gap. Gotta fill the little gap. Excellent. What else do I need? Okay, reading this in the church, the type. What other bits are there in this article? Alternative names, form of address. Ah, yes. Well, I mean, how are bishops normally addressed? Now we can do research, because I'm basically finished the core of the articles. Now I can just Google stuff. What title do they get? How does that work? Term. Ah, yes. God, I've never seen the word presbyter. One thing I've seen is Presbyterian. Overseer. Okay. It doesn't actually explain that. I need it to. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh, there's. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's a lot of bishops. Oh boy. Oops. There are many. There are many bishops. Let's be specific. Yep, so at least 35 years. Yeah, whatever. I'm not worried about the ages yet. Designation. Oh wow. Goddamn. Titles. Yes. Give it to me. Right. Okay. Yeah, Archbishop. I forgot about Archbishops. At some point, I forgot they existed. Oops. Right, so it goes Bishop, then Pope. Pardon? Are we in order here? Oh, because the Pope is a bishop. Right, I forgot. So we are in order going down. That makes my life so much easier. It doesn't. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's just bishops. Whatever. That doesn't help me at all. Maybe they won't have a form of address. I don't have an alternate name because that requires effort. They report to, I guess, the Cardinals. Related locations, related organizations. Equates to qualifications, requirements, appointment, duties, responsibilities, source of authority. Length of term. Maybe that should be included somewhere. Whereas it doesn't necessarily matter. It's like, hey, do it until you don't want to anymore. Or until you're physically ejected from the premises. Benefits. Equipment. I just can't remember my own online religious title, so I have to do all the religion. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can absolutely do that, because I do have many conlangs at my disposal, and by conlangs I mean naming languages with no grammar. So I can definitely do that. And I honestly might. I might do that. But my conlanging process is very imprecise and just involved. Does this sound nice? Does it sound good? We'll use that then. So I might do that afterwards, so you don't have to stare at my awful conlang spreadsheets where I'm just like, what am I doing? Creation history, significance, notable holders. Well, notable holders will be filled out because it'll be the religious leader I'll be talking about for the other prompt when I get around to it. Because I'm trying to space myself out, so I don't want to, like, if this were normal summer camp or like previous years of summer camp where you got all 30 at once, I would probably have finished this article and moved on to the religious leader article. But because we only get 10 prompts and then 10 days later we get the next 10, I'm doing one a day so that I space myself out and don't run out of steam, I guess. Because then I'll have like days gaps and I'll be like, what am I doing? What do I do? I'm not good at self-motivation. So I'm not going to do that. None of these characters are bishops. They definitely are not. I feel like that is pretty much the majority. I hate that there is a gap, but I don't want to have to fix it. That requires effort. Fixing that requires effort. I might need to... Because that is basically it. Sun deity. Maybe instead of let go, I'll use the word removed. Removed is probably a better word. Wrong section. Yep. Looked up punishment on Unsplash and most of the results of food. Oops. They're a bit weird about that. It can be hard to find what seems obvious. It's like, I would like to find elf, and they're like, here's a bunch of Christmas elves, and I'm like, no, not Christmas elves, no. Have been removed. Hopefully they'll space it out more. Nope, okay. Well, sort of. That almost works. So now I basically need to name... Well, I could put the hierarchy there, but that requires me to know it. But I guess that's kind of what the other bit would be. Basically be going... So, am I spelling the word hierarchy right? I'm probably not. It's hierarchy. Yes, it is. Excellent. I did spell it right. Hierarchy. It goes Pope, Cardinal, Bishop, Priest. The thing is, it's not gonna do the brr thing properly, is it? Because it doesn't brr when you put it in a key phrase. But I can fix that. I think I'd check. Oh, it does. Well, no, it doesn't. Never mind. Okay, I'll do it manually then. God damn it, stop opening the wrong portion. Yeah, Yep, that's a burr. A burr. And a burr. Burr. Okay, I should do it. Boom. Boom! That's the stuff. I may possibly add in an extra roll in there, I don't know. Because I feel like it basically goes your local preacher, the dude who runs your local church, person who runs like 10 churches, person who runs the churches for an entire country, and then the Pope, the equivalent thereof. So I feel like there might actually be a second extra roll there, which is why it's good to just make conlang words, because then it doesn't have to mean anything. You know. You know. The role, like, the esteemed title of you know. It'll work. And I think they'll basically bring it down to exactly level. Well, not quite, but it'll do it. It'll do exactly what I need to. Hyperlogist clerical. Yeah. Hell yeah. God, my chest sucks. And my posture is bad. Ping. There we go. Okay. Boom. Yeah, it's basically finished. And I don't want to send a notification until I have the words down. So I guess since I do have half an hour, I might as well do that. And figure out words for things that mean the stuff. Because then it's like done. And I can just get it over and done with. And I'll check that I don't have any words that already sort of get across what I want. It's not that one. Okay, not really. Okay. I mean... yeah. We now enter conlang time. Priest etymology. Not the etymology of the word priest. Means elder. Okay. It goes like elder and then more elder. You do it more. I didn't realize that was what Presbyterianism was from. There you go. You learn something new every day. Oh, it reminds me. Hold on here. Oh no, I put it name first, then I can update the spreadsheet with the other stuff in it. So let's just do elder. It'll mean this will be priest. Maybe. Or maybe like, hold on, I have other word for speech. Hold on. Because then you can basically do speaker, elder, and then you continue to escalate from there. So, you shall, how did I make it go into speaker? From one who does the speech. I do not remember. I don't remember how I did that. Oh no. We're entering the bad time. When I don't know how I did my own world building. Weitzer. The view. What? Oh, that doesn't help me at all. Ah! God damn it. It doesn't have the words I need. No. I don't know how to grammar. Speeches and nouns. That doesn't help me at all. I mean, there is noun to add, but that's not really speak. Well. Noun to verb and then verb to thing. Which I haven't written anything about verbs. God damn it. What is it with you and verbs? Nobody likes verbs. Because then that's... is that. So I basically just need the verb. Because it's not speech or... it needs to be speak. So I need a noun to verb. Then we'll go, so we shall, and, I don't know, like, then, sure, So then it'd be like, Michelanon. Which is pretty long, but I don't care. To an extent, it doesn't matter. Because these are not words I have to use a lot often. So it is a Richalean. Or maybe I'll just one out of that because it looks dumb. You do that. That's one of them. That just means speaker. And then I need an elder. One who elds. One who olds. One who olds the thing. One who is old. Excellent. Maybe I need a word for that, because I don't have a word for old or elderly or anything. Which is fair. Why would I have that before? C3, C2. And I'm probably going to need my German keyboard on, because that requires effort. None of these vowels mean anything. God. Weird, distant banging. Like, okay, stop slamming the door of this linen closet. You don't need to do that. It doesn't need to be a mess. You'll go Alville. Alville sounds kind of cool. So instead of a bishop, it is an Alville. Alville. I must now Control F the bishop and replace them all with the word Alville. Alville. Yes. Alville. And Alville. When to become an Alville. Go Alvilles and Rishayans. Stop! Goddamn! No! Alvilles and Rishalayans. I think you can then be brought into the priesthood. Ooh. Priesthood is a word that's going to be tough to deal with from that because and the Alville of your church, you must confess your fellow Chalayan, confirmed by Cardinal. Here we go. Alville. As I might leave the word priesthood because I feel like most people will get it if I leave that there. I'd be like, ah, yes. Chalayan. God, there's so many bits where I said bishop. Now then, talk to the bishops. The Alvilles. I'm pretty sure it's not even S. I'm pretty sure I have a different thing for plural. It's like, oh, it's Z. Okay. It doesn't make a difference. It's basically the same. Pretty Chalayan. But Alvilles. I think they're then encouraged to do whatever can. Most Alvilles. For many years, there's some known to have been Alville, and Alville, in their entire adult lives. And Alville. Okay. What if I just save that so I don't have to rethink about these words? Now that plane is going to be broken. Which is fine. Manageable. So Alville. I like Pope, Cardinal. So I'm pretty sure there should not be the word bishop here anymore. There is not. And there's only the word... Oh, I need to fix the word priest once. So that is the Chalayan Varza. Cool. Tight. And then I need a word for cardinal, which requires effort. Tell me what the... I think that's the wrong form of the word cardinal. Or does it not make a difference? hinge. Into the... Huh. Well, there you go. There are pivot points for the things that do the stuff. So there's Elder, which is an Aldo. There's the Richelieu. And then there's the equivalent of like a regional, I guess like an archbishop of a kind. Needs to have a meaning. Needs to have a duty immediately attached to it. Word building is hard and unfun, but it fills the time. Because honestly, what else am I supposed to do? What else am I going to do? Not a whole lot, as it happens. I don't know. Because I don't think I should take the meanings directly from it. So I guess called Bishop. Overseer. Oh, that's good. Overseer is good. Pulling the word overseer is nothing. Is not, you know. That's fine. I can take that meaning. Oversee. And then it'll attach the to it to become overseer. Then I see the word for oversee, which is, I don't know. Which is going to be well, I know that wall word is a thing, but like I don't know, because it's close to like a thing with I don't know. Well, no, not wall. It can't be wall because there's already a wood. Vidalan. There's a lot of L's involved. There's a lot of L's. But guess what? I'm in charge. I can have as many L's as I want. Medallion. Kind of like how medallion sounds. Medallion. Medallion. Medallions. Medallion. And then just 2 more of them. 2 entire more. Oh, I still have Pontiff open. I don't need Pontiff open to do that. Let's just look up the etymology of Pontiff. That'll help. It doesn't mean anything. You are useless. See Pontifex. Maker of bridges. That's kind of cute. It's kind of cute as an etymological meaning. But probably shouldn't take that literally. Oh gosh, conlanging is hard. That's why I don't usually do it when people can see, because it's just kind of depressing. It's like, hey, watch me absolutely fluster. You know, a whack time. Because then we need another one for the equivalent to, I guess this is a cardinal. I don't know, man. Please save. Okay, good, good, good. No breaking now. No, not allowed to break. Not allowed to not save. You have to refresh. Ah, oh no. No. Yeah, okay. And then equivalent term for cardinal. Could just be like elder but more. Which could be kind of fun if it's just elder but more. And I feel like elder but more is just like, that should be the other one. Which then requires me to replace all the medallions with the other one. Which is just, ugh. Effort. But maybe I should just do, like, big. Just a big elder. Big elder. You start with a speaker, big elder, then you get the overseer, and then you get like the divine speaker or something. I can do that. Righteous. Righteous is a fun word. Probably not the one I want. I do not have a word for, like, well, I have a word for great, don't I? I do. Yeah, that works. So Glenaldo. we go back in. We fix that. So this is a medallion. I can turn off German keyboard. I don't need it. Let's say Glenaldo. And then what I'm going to do is, I didn't include the word Vidal in this part, did I? I didn't. Okay, then what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to copy paste this. I'm going to find something that does a copy, find and replace. I'm going to use Word somewhere. Pull up Word. Drive. I'm in. I'm in. Yep, that's right. You've already got your 3 words. Exactly, yeah. I'm basically in bonus time. How about a lector if the card chooses the top person? Ooh, that would have been good. That could have been good. I do think that doing it speaker, elder, great elder, overseer, pope. Functions? Elector would have been good though. I should, if only I had actually read the chat. Medallion. I didn't even spell medallion correctly half the time. Okay, Jesus Christ. Alright. Spell your fantasy words correctly for once. Alright, and then I need to find a... Yes! This is a Glenaldo now. Place all. Kaboom. This is the easy part. This is how'd you end up with a huge space behind you? What are you doing? Okay, and then... the last position is the Pope. The equivalent, therefore, of a Pope. So I guess... because I do have a word for divine, which is dinud. I can't pronounce my own words. But like dinud. And then... that's divine. But they're probably not supposed to say they're divine. It probably is bad form to be like, ah, yes, I am divine and way better than you. Because the gods are right there. The gods are right there. They probably have some say in who becomes the Pope. Like, hey, you know, I'm the leader. I want to be the leader of the Church of Balance. Oh, I know. Let's go ask Balance what they think. And they just summon a god. It's like, hey, no, I don't want this dude as leader. Fuck this guy. He's like, well, Balance has spoken. Balance has thus decreed you will not be Pope. Which is a pretty great way to do it. It's like, you know, yeah, you gotta be like the representative. You gotta be at least liked by your dude. By the god you're worshipping and emulating the example of and such. So... maybe they could use the word divine at that point, because like if you've basically been given the mandate by the divines, literally, you might as well. Like a divine leader, I guess. Which then requires me to remember what leader is. I have a word for sovereign, I don't have a word for leader, do I? I do. I have a word for sovereign, but not leader. That's just rude. That's just mean and rude. Maybe now we'll use the German keyboard and we'll put some umlauts in there. Ta-da. God damn it. I hate when it does that. Let's start with an O. I think. Oh. Because I only need it once. I don't have to type it that many times. Yeah. Ugh. This is just a simple word. Lead. Lead is a verb. Okay. That'll function. This is fine. So it is a Dinel. Wow, that is a word. What if we just cut out? So it's a Dinelchingen. And that is the Pope. The equivalent thereof of Pope. How do I delete? Where's the delete button? Oh god. Oh god. It's shambles. How many words did I end up writing? 602. Nice. That is an article. That'll do it. That'll basically do it. That's more than I thought I was going to get out of a fairly mundane religious position. Which means we can now... Which one am I at? Up this one. Yes. So this is the Augil. No. Comments are in the way. And it was 602. The word count isn't necessary, but it's fun to keep track of. And it is now a complete article. Which means I am now 3% done with World Anvil Summer Camp. Still thinking about World Anvil because it's the only shot I have. And so we're just gonna pop that out. Boom. Article done. That is commitment. And then click to submit. Boom. Yeah. I'm at 531 words in my document. It's pretty small, but I think it's done. Not gonna write a full charter of rights, responsibilities, some kind. Exactly. Don't. If you've run out of words, you shouldn't push it. Because it just stops being fun at that point. Like last summer camp, I managed to get 25k. And that was only because for one of them, I wrote like 4,500 words or something. And I was like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, it was fun, but it was like, no one's going to ever read this article. It's only for it's not even relevant, but here it is. And it was like, okay. It's better to just not. It's better to not focus on the words and mostly just like, did I get 300? Did I basically explain what the thing is and fill it out a little bit fancy? Done. It does not need to be a complicated thing. I'm going to open the page. I wonder how many people have done that specific prompt just yet. List all entries for rank and title. There are 19 in total. Oh, it doesn't show the image. I thought that was a mistake, but I mean, knowing the lore of the land might be useful at some point. It might be, but you don't have to write it in the full legalese, is the thing. You don't have to write out the full charter. You might just need like the dot points. It may be. But you also don't have to, obviously. Like, you don't have, there's no point in pushing it. And then I can pull up. Oh, it doesn't have the button on there. Because because you can see, oh, check your progress, there it is. Found the button. Because now, it's got one. Singular one. And it's nice and blue. And that's, 3% of all of the prompts, which I'm hoping to get to 33. But we will see about that. Because it's gonna depend on... Those last 3 prompts are going to be the doozy. But I am streaming on that Saturday. So it should be okay. Should be fine. Nothing should go wrong or weird. I need to know how much my players will have to pay in taxes one day. All important stuff. I gotta know how much taxes they've been evading. I gotta know how long they need to end up in jail for all their missed taxes. It's very important. It is integral that I have this information. Because otherwise, what else am I gonna do? If I don't know the correct crime and punishment. Oh god, this article looks so bad when there's just the one block in it. Oh no. It'll look better when I have more of them. Because I make a little article to keep track of it for myself a little bit easier. And so I'm like, ah yes, all of the prompts, and here's the only one that's done. Yay! It's a completed article. Which is basically what I set out to do. That is a complete thing. For some of them, it'll definitely end up longer than 600. Like, I reckon document won't, nor will... Most of them won't, but some of them will. So I might, like, the myth might end up being long once I figure out what the myth is. Artifact might be... Document could be, I don't know. But it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see what my word count ends up being at the end of it. Because this year I'm definitely not making that low-key aim for 25k, even though because it's 33 articles, I probably could do it. Because I'm pretty sure I wrote less articles than that for World Ember last year. I could check that, actually. I can check how many I did. The answer is not many. Yeah, no, I wrote like 15 articles. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's... This one, this is a mistake. This was not supposed to go like that. That is not gonna happen again. Put it that way. The Diaries of the Geodude Fleet is not happening again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17... 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 articles. So, like, it is doable. I could hit 25k with 33. I just don't know if I will. Because it depends on all the prompts. Like, I always find summer camp difficult. Because I'm not great at, like, answering prompts all the time. So some of them ends up being kind of not great. And they end up being just kind of... I had to answer the prompt, so I gave an answer that I'm never going to refer to ever again. Like, I made up some big, what are they based on? I don't remember what the King Talwi were based on, but, you know, big pangolins. Big pangolins in... And I've never used them in anything. The big pangolins that are draft animals from last summer camp. But they're there. I wrote an article about them. So I am hoping that maybe this time I might actually end up with articles that are useful. Because if I don't, I'll be sad. So I think the Alville article I could get some use out of. Because of the vague direction of the story that's maybe set in this particular region of Thrasin. Could easily involve a character who is an Alville. Not as a primary character, but they definitely can exist. And I can always write a short story about the heretic Alville doing the Sun God circuit. So, you know, that's available. That's an option. I have that power to do that. And that's the fun part, is the flexibility to just go, yeah, this could be useful, or maybe not, who knows. And then, you know, there's all these articles where I'm like, I still don't know. I still don't know what the artifact and its associated myth are going to be. Yeah, when you say Anvil, I heard Anvil. It does. It does get very close. Which might be why I liked it that much. I was like, Alvil Anvil. Yeah! It's the Alvil. Or it sounds like Alville a little bit. Alville. It's fine. It's a functional word. It'll do. It's conlang. Who cares? I can make nonsense words and they'll function. So I think most of these I do have ideas for. Like this one I'm gonna have fun with the repurposed building because I don't actually have a decent idea for that. And then I didn't have any ideas for the condition or the artifacts, but that might be because I'll next stream on Saturday, which is in 2 days. I next stream in 2 days, and so I will have done 2 more. Well, I've done 1 more article off stream. That's like tomorrow's. I'll just do probably the building or something, and then on Saturday's stream, I'll be like, please help artifact. What do? And I feel like that's a pretty decent way to go about it, is to leave the easy prompts for off stream so I can chill, and then make the hard prompts on stream stuff. It's usually a good way to do it. So I'll have to figure that out. Chat pause. Oh god. I mean, that'll work. I can't stop streaming until someone starts, but I've already forgotten, unfortunately, who is next after me for streaming. So I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check who is next, because I might not already follow them. Which is what I wouldn't know. Dinosaur Bob. I need Dinosaur Bob to go live. Come on, Bob. So I have to wait until Bob goes up, and then I can stop when Bob goes up, because I'm the next one. Yay, you! Because you're next in the order. You're next in the order, which requires me to figure out how I don't even know how to use OBS to do any of these things. I don't know how hosts work. I feel like I'm gonna end up hitting the wrong button. Oh no, I'm gonna have to Google it. I'm gonna have to Google how to host. Oh no. This is a responsibility I've not had before. I have an auto host list. Themes. No. No. Dashboard. No. Not that button. God. Obviously, you don't have to start early. I'm just like, I'm figuring out. Once I figure out how to host. Oh, thank you for the follow, Kajatan. Really appreciate it. How to host Twitch Streamlabs. Please. How to host Twitch Streamlabs. Explain it to me. Now I can pull out my phone. Oh, you just put it in Twitch. Oh, okay. Cool. I can do that. I can make that happen. I have the power. It can be done. And then we'll be able to all go in, and then there'll be next person's in the thing, and then it'll continue on. And everyone will be there. Because there's pretty much full streams up until this one gap here at 1 PM. Who's the kahuna? Oh yeah, kahuna. I was like, who's kahuna? I've forgotten. I need to remember who people are. Yeah, there's a red button on Twitch and the stream manager on Twitch. Okay, right. So if I actually open the stuff properly, because I have the Twitch dashboard on my phone, because I choose to check cat. I usually check chat on my phone, because then I don't have to because I only have one monitor. I'm on a laptop. Yeah, who doesn't in a snack them person? In a snack them. I can maybe find the button if I go in here. I don't think phone is able to do the thing. And I know. I mean, I can do this in a way that won't make it look weird. If I do it over here, I have multiple pages. I'm able to do many things. Oh god, I'm watching myself. Awful. Bad time. Stream manager, stream. That, or I'll just use the text prompt. I might just type it in. Typing it in might be easier. Yes, it's not a huge deal. Create your dashboard. Stream manager. There we go. There we go. I found the buttons. I've got it. Okay. Excellent. That means we can raid. Oh god, why won't it let me hit the button for raiding? Oh god. I assumed it was gonna just let me raid it, but it won't let me raid when I hit the button. Yep, see you in a minute. Exactly. And we'll all have a good time. And then I'll go to bed. Immediately after that, because I'm tired. I am sleepy. Host the channel. Why won't it let me host? Why is it mean? Why is it giving me bad answers? Oh god. Twitch, please. You're making this difficult for me. Is it because I'm not following? It better not be because I'm not following. That'll just make me depressed. It's just depressing if that's why. Figuring out how to do things. Like, oh god. Please. You gotta just let me do it. Technology is a nightmare and I have never understood it. Because it will not let me hit the button. It's just being mean about it. If I just do host. There we go. Right. There we go. We've got it. Yeah, I knew I could do the old-fashioned way, but there we go. We're going. We're going. We're going. We're ready to go. That was the way, but I was like, oh, there's a button. It should totally work, and then it just wouldn't let me put it in the button. Tech keeps me in work. Yeah, so if I keep failing with tech, I can get you all to help me with tech. It's fine. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming to today's stream where we figured out how to write about a title. We're going to go raid Bob in a minute. And we can continue having fun summer camp times. And I'll be streaming next on Saturday at the same time. Be great. Right, thank you all for coming. Let's light up the forge.